You are now tuned into MIXX Station Radio Live. The views and opinions of the guests and the hosts you hear on MIXX Station Radio Live are not necessarily those of the staff and the management of MIXX Station Radio Live, its sponsors, or advertisers.
Hey, I want to start a podcast.
Join the MIXX.
Can I broadcast to millions all over the world?
Join the MIXX.
Can I control my own content and share my show?
Join the MIXX.
Can I promote my product and my event?
Join the MIXX. MIXX Station Radio is a worldwide internet radio station that specializes in video and audio podcasts on all social media platforms. You can download our free app, MIXX Station Radio Live. That's MIXX Station Radio Live. We have 2 locations in Towson, Maryland, and Eastern Shore, Maryland. With our new service, you can host your own show from home with MIXX Mobile. That's MIXX Mobile.
Did you say I can broadcast from home?
Yes, we have a new service called MIXX Mobile. We can come to your location or you can log on virtually.
Hold up. That can't be true, man.
Yes, MIXX Station can air any show from anywhere in the world, and all you need is a strong internet connection. Also, we have a toll-free 1-800 number.
So you're telling me I can stream on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all the formats all at the same time and have people calling with comments?
Yes, join the MIXX. If you want to join the MIXX, email us at mixstation@gmail.com. Again, mixstation@gmail.com. That's MIXX station@gmail.com.
Good morning. Good morning. I looked at the time and it said 12. I was like, no, that's wrong. Oh, you almost jacked me up early on. Yeah. I'm like, yes. I was like, wait, no. Okay, so I was right. The clock was wrong. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Diary of a Preacher's Kid. This is your girl, Renee Newman. I am solo today. Big Sis is out. She was under the weather, but she got herself together enough to welcome her grandson who is coming in town. So she's all excited to go and get her son and her grandson from the airport. So we're praying for safe travels for Brandon and little BJ, who we cannot wait to love on for the holiday. At any rate, we are back at it today. Happy holidays, everyone. Holiday blessings. We hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I did. It was special. You start to embrace time with family even more after you lose a loved one, which was our patriarch, my dad. So we're very intentional about spending quality time and loving on each other. And then your girl had a birthday. What? I had a birthday on December 9th. And yes, it was my birthday. Yeah, so happy belated birthday to Marcus as well. Season of the Sagittariuses. But I had a wonderful birthday weekend. Y'all, I have some beautiful friends. I feel so loved. I have a wonderful village who has supported me all through my life, but the moments that I was down, they was right there with me and they celebrated me well. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you to my family. You know, God is good. And, I am giving myself permission to celebrate, because for those of us who lose a loved one, and me losing a parent, it can be difficult to just simply celebrate. I'm not up to celebrating how I normally do, But I did celebrate, and it didn't overwhelm me, and it felt free. As I said, I have a wonderful village of supporters who love on me, and I'm just so grateful to be here. Today's topic, as we wrap up the year of 2023, time sure does fly. Today's topic is going to be baggage check. We want to go through our luggage of life, and we really want to look at what we need to unpack and what's weighing us down. Do we need to carry it with us into 2024? What serves us, what no longer serves us, what's healthy, what's toxic? And we really want to dive through emotions and relationships and really grasp what I'm carrying. Do I need to carry it? How do I let go? Do I need to carry it differently? Sometimes we are carrying bags. All of us have bags, but are we carrying our bags appropriately? You know, sometimes you can carry the same bag for so long. Those of us who are commuters and we move about, telework, moving offices, what have you. And maybe that laptop bag is weighing down your shoulder. So whatever it is you're carrying that you don't have the option to unload, let's talk about how you can balance it out and carry it the right way. So I do have a new Facebook page. I have not recovered all of my friends, nor will I be recovering all of my friends. For whatever reasons, I'm unpacking. But please feel free to call in and join the conversation. The number is 1-855-493-6499. That's for you who are listening live. We know a lot of you are going back and listening because I have not done a good job of advertising on my new page, which, by the way, Brother Wilbur, when I was here a couple of weeks ago, I had just started my page. And that day I had 13 friends. So now I have, I think I have 130 or 127. I'm moving. So people have been like, hey, is this you? Yes, it's me. So we're going to dive into baggage check. So what we want to look at is our emotional baggage. What are we holding on to? And emotional baggage can definitely be the source of our dissatisfaction in life. And as we approach the close of 2023, we look at, am I happy? And things that I'm not happy about. What is the source of my dissatisfaction? And how much of this do I control? So we can have these moments of reflection as we close one year and prayerfully we'll enter into another year. And we really want to look over our life. I was talking to my friends and we started talking about boundaries, specifically Black women and boundaries, because we're Black women. But I want to challenge everyone. Do you have healthy boundaries in life? Do you feel as though you are always the doer? When you observe your relationships, is there a sense of reciprocity within your relationships? I think that it's very important to look at, how does this relationship make me feel? How does this job make me feel? What I'm doing, is it my passion? Am I making a difference? And it's okay to take those moments to be really honest with yourself. Why am I here? Am I here for the paycheck? Or do I feel a sense of purpose in the work that I'm doing? Again, am I operating in my passion? Why am I still associating with the people that I associate with? Is this my village? Is this my tribe? Can I be transparent with them? Am I the hero amongst my tribe? Or do we uplift each other? And am I the strong friend in my circle where everyone comes to me, but I can't go to anyone? Or I don't allow myself to be vulnerable around my circle of friends. That is something that I came to terms with that about myself, that it takes me some time before I become vulnerable with my circle of friends, because I feel like I got to manage this on my own. So are you all fully transparent with your circle? Or do you feel like you have to have all the answers, and by the time you talk to your friends, you want to have it all figured out and say, okay, guys, I was dealing with this and I had to take my time. And then you know what? I did this, and it all worked out. Do you wait until you have the problem solved before you share it with your friends? I can raise my hand. I'm guilty of that. And I've learned that it is okay not to be okay. And it's okay not to have the answers. And it's okay to tell your friends, your trustworthy circle, guys, I'm really in a situation and I'm worried. I don't know what to do. I think part personality and part profession for me, I just feel like I have to have the answers. I have to help someone. And I need to learn, and I am learning how to be more vulnerable. So I want to challenge you to look inwardly at yourself. Are you able to look at your relationships and understand the role that you play? Not only that, when you're praying to God about your baggage and points in your life where you feel dissatisfied, are you willing to see yourself? Because sometimes it's very difficult to see yourself and look at situations and say, okay, I need to establish a firm boundary because I've let this person go too far. Or, you know what, I've stayed silent enough in this situation and it's time for me to speak up. And then there are times where you look at a situation and you have to say, I was the problem. I didn't handle that right. This, for me, is what helps us to unpack our emotional baggage. Because if you are trapped in the need to be perfect, that will definitely bring out stress and dissatisfaction. I have to be right. So when we look at unpacking our emotional baggage, we want to go through that. What are some things that are unhealthy that we don't want to take into the new year? Number one, people pleasing. And we've talked about this quite a bit during the show. The inability to say no. I don't want to let anybody down. I want people to feel confident enough that if they need me, I am there. So kind of like the hero complex, okay? I have to. I have to do something to feel appreciated. I need to be praised. I need to be there for people, even though I'm not fully present for myself, or I'm really busy in life. I have so many moving pieces going on in my own life. But if somebody comes to me, let me figure it out. And we're taking on more than we can actually handle. That is unhealthy. That's not a healthy boundary. That's not a healthy relationship. I would offer to you all to sit down and take all of these things in prayer. Write it out. When you're writing out things about yourself, I'm proud of myself, that I am, that I have. You want to celebrate yourself, but by the same token, you also want to write out, I need to improve in this area. And if you need to improve on saying no, then let's talk about that. Let's break it down. If somebody's asking you to do something and you know if you agree to it, it's going to be a huge convenience. But you hold off on saying no and you actually process, okay, if I can squeeze this in, and you're putting more on your plate than you know you can handle. That is an unhealthy item that you're carrying. You can't carry everybody. Sometimes you just have to say no. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you're in that situation, but unfortunately, I'm unable to help you at this time. Again, if someone is going to put you in a financial bind, but yet you always want to help them, search yourself. Why do I have the need to rescue people? What is going on with me that I need to rescue people? These are questions that, if any of these behaviors resonate with you, I want you to go back and say, why is it important to me that I rescue people? There's a difference between being supportive, and there is a huge difference in enabling. So am I keeping this person in their pattern of dysfunction? Second part, am I conditioning this person to mistreat me? To think that I'm always going to be there for them. And when I'm in need, they're MIA. So again, I want to encourage you to just pray and ask God to show you how to love on yourself. Because you are special. You have so many gifts, but guess what? None of us can save the world. And we need to first take care of ourselves. What do they tell you on an air flight? When the mask drops, you pull yours down, you put yours on first, and then you help the person. So if you're stuck in a pattern of, I don't like the way I'm being treated, yet I'm doing the same thing over and over again. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. So we want to unpack those things that don't serve us. When people see that we're being inconvenienced by helping them, we're enabling. Again, we want to learn the healthy boundary of no. And sometimes that's hard to say. Sometimes we beat around the bush. We say certain things. Well, call me later. Let me see what I can do. And you're hoping they forget. Baby, they will call you right back. Hey, you told me to call you back in half an hour. I thought I'd call you back in 25 minutes, But learn to say no. It's not harsh. It's your truth. No. I'm not able to. No. Without an explanation. That's another thing we feel the need to explain. And again, when you're unpacking your baggage, you want to sit, identify your strengths, identify the areas you need to improve upon. And again, what are you covering up? What don't I want people to know about me? Because that'll be the core cause as to why you may go overboard in one area or another. So let's just look at that. If you have any hidden insecurities, how can I address it? Some people may not feel comfortable with their level of knowledge in a certain area. Okay, let's pull back. Instead of running from it, I'm going to challenge myself to learn about that. I'm going to learn. I'm going to do better. I'm going to be better. And again, it means being vulnerable. Some people don't want to say, I don't know how to do that. Then learn. Surround yourself with people who can teach you in that area that you want to learn about. Expand your circle. So that's all a part of self-care, learning, broadening your circle, learning new things, and feeling confident. When you learn new things, it helps you to feel confident. Again, what do you want to unload and unpack that you don't want to take into 2024? How about this? Overworking yourself. Work. I got to take care of my bills. I got to take care of my babies. I'm head of the household. I got to take care of my husband, my wife, all of this. What does your self-care look like? Are you doing things to care for yourself? And some people may automatically attach that to money. It's not always monetary. Sometimes you might not be able to afford to do the things that you want. Self-care can be carving out quiet time for yourself. It could be doing your favorite activity, be it reading, journaling, watching a movie. How much time do you press pause throughout the week from the hustle and bustle of work to just sit back, take a few deep breaths, give thanks, sit back and find things that you are thankful for in life? Self-care, sitting back and giving thanks. No matter what you go through in life, trust me, there is always something to be grateful for. And the more you're able to sit in a place of gratitude, the more you see things differently. You're able to count your blessings and say, you know what? I may be hurting in this area, but you know what? I'm doing pretty good over here. God is keeping me. You know what? I have a vehicle. I have a job. I thank God that I'm able to get things that I want. Not everything that I want, but my basic needs are met. I have family. Start thinking about those things so that you don't get locked into a pattern of negative thinking. Now, we all have our harsh realities that we do have to deal with. So there can be a statement of two truths. I'm in this situation and it hurts. But yet, as I look over my life, you know what? I'm blessed. And that's what we want to look at. We want to unpack negative thinking and complaining, because that will only pull you down and make you feel worse. Sometimes you just have to sit back and I'm telling you, thank God for some things. Sometimes you have to do it even when you're crying. You know what? The pressure is really on, but something good is coming out of this. And that's what I want to say. This is what I tell myself. You know what? This is making me stronger. Something good is coming out of this because I'm learning something. I'm learning more about myself. I'm like, okay, Renee, you're doing good. The way you handled that, sometimes I have to say, okay, I need to work on that because that was really not good what I did. And it feels good to be transparent and talk to my friends and say, yeah, I didn't handle this one too good. And we can laugh about it, but be honest. When you unpack your baggage, we talked about checking your relationships. Are you in healthy relationships? How does this person make me feel? Are we checking on each other? Do we pour into each other? Sometimes you may be the fountain and your friend may be the pitcher, and then vice versa. So again, check your relationships. How healthy are they? Again, celebrate yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. You want to set your goals? Have some positive self-talk. Do some daily affirmations, because if you say, I'll never do this, it's just too much. I want to, man, as soon as I think of it, it's already knocked out. I've already failed. Eliminate that. Nope, we're not taking this on flight 2024. Nope, we're not taking it there. This is going to weigh me down, and I have to reach my destination and soar higher than I did in 2023. So I'm unpacking negative thinking, negative self-talk, unhealthy relationships. These are things we're checking. Okay, this has been dragging me along. It's been weighing me down. Okay, I need to do better at managing my money. Okay, you know what? What else? I'm going to drop the facades. I'm going to give up people pleasing and getting caught up in image. I'm just going to be me. I'm taking off the mask. A few weeks ago, we did a 2-part series on taking off the mask. So I'm going to live in my truth. I'm going to stand in who I am. And if I'm not having a good day, then it is my right to speak truthfully. I'm not having a good day. I'm not saying you got to divulge all your business to people, but just be human. You feel so much better when you're able to say, it's not a good day today, but it's going to get better. Never end on a negative note. That's eliminating the negative talk. Don't just say, I'm sick, period. I'm broke, period. All of that, nope, leave that open. Leave it open right now. Oh no, I can't afford to do that right now, but I am going to save up and I will be able to do it. So again, watch your words, because they form your life. The more you say I'm sick, the more you're going to feel sick. So again, if you're struggling with something, you know what? This is really on my mind. We need to learn how to let stuff go. Another thing we need to unpack, if we are dealing with anger, these negative emotions, unforgiveness, bitterness, let's go through our luggage. Let's start unpacking this. Control issues, pride, image. These are things, come on, let's go through and say, I just need to unpack it and I need to do better. You know what? I need to forgive some people. Maybe it might not be a situation where we can sit down and have a conversation, but this is something that I need to do forgiveness work. Maybe I need to write down that person's name, write down what happened. Write down what hurt me, what offended me, how I interpreted it. Let it out that you're hurt and then release it. What I encourage you to do is then go, for me, doing forgiveness work, I then go to the Bible and I read scriptures on forgiveness. I read scriptures on the grace of God, because then I look at myself and I say, guess what? Maybe somebody is holding stuff against me because I've done something to them and I'm not aware. So when I pray about forgiveness, I do my work, I write it down, and I release it. And this week, I've been praying and listening to my song of inspiration along with my prayer has been Wilbur, you remember the song by Kevin LeVar? Yeah. A Heart That Forgives. Yes. Wonderful song to just pour out. God, search my heart. I don't want to walk in bitterness and unforgiveness. What does it look like when you're walking in bitterness and unforgiveness and you're holding grudges and you're promising that you will never let a person out of your heart or out of your mind? You will hold them to what they've done to you. And right now I'm doing heart work. Search my heart. Because sometimes, y'all, we have things going on inside of us that we have suppressed for so long that we don't realize we're holding it. So again, I'm big on a lifestyle of prayer, praying to God to heal your heart. What if we all loved like God loved? What if we all extended grace and mercy? There's a such thing as boundaries, because none of us should set ourselves up to be mistreated, abused, or used. And it is okay to say, this is not a healthy situation or relationship for me to be in, but learn how to free yourself without bitterness and unforgiveness. And it may be different for different relationships. Sometimes you can say, you know what? Me and that person, we parted ways. We didn't agree. We parted ways, and that was it. For others, it may be a deeper wound because of the level and the intensity of the relationship. But still, remember this. None of us have a right to be bitter. And that's where you have to go back and ask God to show you where the root of bitterness is. And lots of times, it's not just that one situation. It's because it triggered us. It reminded us of something that we went through years ago. And now I'm back in it. So now, again, I'm mad at you for the situation that I never healed from back then. And now you opened up that wound. Now I'm mad at myself because I let you in like I did that first person. So this is what bitterness looks like. You're piling it on over and over again. And then that's also how we can get trapped in victimhood. I'm tired of this happening to me over and over again. Guys, check your baggage and let that go. How do you let it go? Go back to the first place where you felt that pain from that situation. I'm tired. Why? This hurt me. That hurt me when the person said this, did this. I should have never let them back in. Well, why did you let them in? Well, because I love them. Okay. But when did you discover that this person was unhealthy for you? I mean, years ago, but I thought they would change. Okay, so you recognized this early on. Did you correct that person and tell them that I don't like the way you handled that situation and I don't give you permission to treat me like that? It made me feel uncomfortable. Well, no, because they said it wouldn't happen again, but then it did. Let's look at it. All the doors of opportunities that we've allowed for people, it's a revolving door to hurt us and then re-injure us over and over again. And then it turns into anger. One, for ourselves, and two, for that person. So we want to look at how we are teaching people to treat us. Yes, you may want to be reliable for your loved ones, but again, being reliable, being loyal is very different than being used in a doormat. So self-love, self-care, not arrogance, not cockiness, not pride. So there's a way to balance this all out. For me, spirituality is extremely important. Transparency. And again, what would I suggest we unpack and not take into the new year? Denial. Don't deny your situation. Don't deny things about yourself. You can accept a lot of positive things about yourself. And I say do that a lot. I'm proud of myself because I was able to do this. Maybe you were the only one in your family to get an education. You exceeded the previous generation, but also be able to acknowledge areas about yourself. You ever meet someone who grew up in poverty? and they were able to, by the grace of God, succeed. They had a drive in them to overcome. Maybe there was a pattern of poverty throughout their generations. No one left, the hood, or no one did this. No one completed high school or college. But you were that one to look back at previous generations and say, I'm going to make you proud. I'm going to stand out. I'm not going to fit into this mold. And you did it, but then you denied your past. So the very thing that fueled you to press and to push forward, you deny. And some of us literally make up the lives that we live because we're ashamed of our past, when that's the very thing that will motivate and encourage other people. Again, getting caught up in self-image. And it is so easy to do that because we're living in a day of technology and social media and how people look. I've just dealt with so many stories of families and couples posting and photo shoots and name brand this and top of the line vehicles, and their homes are broken. Taking pictures during dinner. Out with bae, but you taking pictures and y'all not even having a conversation. Or husband and wife out here, you showing pictures at the dinner table, holding hands and this and that, but yet you're sleeping in different bedrooms. So denial. You're so interested in putting up this facade until you don't do the work, the real work, to actually be as happy as you're portraying it. These are things that we need to go through and check ourselves. Am I living in my truth, or am I putting up a facade? And when I go home at night, when I put my phone down from posting, I'm miserable. All of that can be changed, but it takes humility, it takes surrender, and it takes you doing the work. Sometimes you do have to put your phone down and talk to your family, talk to your kids, talk to your spouse, spend time together. Release bitterness and unforgiveness. Have conversations. If you can't have conversations, heal yourself. Write it out and release people. Sometimes you have to write out your feelings and then rip it up. And every day, God, I release it. I release this broken heart. I release this fear of rejection. I release unforgiveness. You have to physically do the work, write it on paper, and let it go. And these are things that we look at when we're embarking on a new year. Prayer, meditation, very good tools. The Bible, inspirational readings, breath work. I inhale love and I release hatred. I let it go. Sometimes, God, when you see someone and you feel triggered, I can't stand them. Something just happens inside of me. God, whatever it is that I'm holding against that person, you search my heart. You break up that stony heart. Help me to release them. And if it's meant for reconciliation to happen, then that has to be in the hands of God. But I am a strong believer that you can forgive, and not all relationships are meant to reconcile. But forgiveness has to be extended. So as we look through and we look at what's healthy for us, we look at taking care of ourselves, taking care of our families, taking time for ourselves. You know what? I don't want the type of relationship where you only call me when you need me. No. I want that relationship where you call me and just say, I was thinking about you. How are you? When I look back over relationships, I have friends who call and check on me, and I'm calling and checking on them. And yet they understood. My friends didn't get offended when they weren't hearing from me. Sometimes it's not intentional, but if you have that understanding, you'll know I need to check on my friend. And I do the same with them. For my friends, if I fall back, they know something's up with Renee. And I'm like, okay, I was dealing with a lot. And vice versa with me. I haven't heard from so-and-so. Are you busy? Do you remember me? I'm thinking about you. Sometimes I just send random emails just thinking about you. Other times I'll say, I just want to thank you for being a good friend. So sometimes, we have to extend our hands and reach out to other people and see how they reach back. But again, if you see through patterns in history that person is only reaching out for their own benefit, or you are their emergency glass case, break open in case of an emergency, then this isn't a healthy relationship. So evaluate, check your baggage. Do I need to take everything with me, everybody with me? I'm going to unpack this friend because they only call when they need something. And what am I going to replace it with? I'm going to nurture myself. So every day, I'm going to take time out, half an hour for quiet time. So look at how you can care for yourself, your circle, your family. So check your baggage. Do you need everything that you're carrying in life? Or if you do need it, are you carrying it the right way? Are you trying to be everybody's savior? Or do you need to delegate some stuff? Okay, I need y'all to start helping. All right, mama works. I'm tired. If your kids are of age, guess what? You're going to have dinner this night. You're going to plan dinner this night. You're going to do it. Everybody gets to plan the menu. We're going to look at it and how we can carry things. This is a responsibility that I don't have the option to let go of. So I'm going to delegate. So we just want to look at it. And as always, as per usual, maintain your relationship with God. That is key. Stay in communication with God. Go according to the leading of the Holy Spirit. God, reveal things to me. Teach me. Give me the wisdom, the knowledge, and an understanding of all these responsibilities that I have, how to do it with grace and with ease. Surrender. Don't do it in your own strength. Ask God to download the strength. Gratitude. Give thanks. You have so much to be grateful for. And the storms of life that you're dealing with, go through your storms with God. Ride it out with God instead of by yourself. You don't have to bear these burdens by yourself. You have a God who is always reaching out. His ears are open. You are not alone. So when you're going through your baggage, don't ever let go of God. That's something you always want to have. God, family, take care of yourself. Make sure that you're being treated right and make sure you're treating others right. So we are just so grateful for what God has done, what he's doing, what he's going to continue to do. Love on yourself. Come up with healthy boundaries. Check your relationships. Do a little maintenance. Sometimes, hey, do I need to say I love you more? Do I need to show random acts of kindness to my loved ones? Who do I need to check on? Flip it and say, you know what? I've been struggling. Who's checked on me? Again, reciprocity. So again, check your baggage. What do you need to unload and what do you need to hold on to? And it's all for us to live our truth, our authentic selves, to maintain healthy relationships and to stay close to God. We are so glad that y'all listened in. I'm hoping to get more listeners as, my friend list, people connect with me. I'm glad the numbers are high for people who are going back and listening. So we're grateful for that. Feel free to reach out to me, Renee Newman, on Facebook, Fancy and the letter N, Fabulous, on Instagram. I'm going to start posting more. My friends have been getting on me. So make sure your friends motivate you like mine motivate me. And I have an action plan. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we can have a conversation about going through your baggage and what you've unloaded and what you held on to. In the meantime, have a blessed, a prosperous, and a safe holiday to you and your family. And I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.